Now there are a few lessons which I learned in the Indian Military Academy, and I'd like to share that with you. The first thing that I told you today, we are here to develop that belief system. How many of you believe that you will definitely clear the civil services examination? Not a significant number, right? But the aim of today's talk is, by the time this talk ends, I want all of you to be very confident that yes sir, I will be able to clear the civil services examination. How? We will talk about it. So two most important lessons I learned in the Indian Military Academy. The first is, there is no limit. There is a famous quotation which we are made to recite every day. It says that whatever does not kill you only strengthens you. So the pain, the suffering, all of you undergo something, that's quite reasonable. It happens with all of us. So if you are undergoing a problem in life, fold your hands and thank God. Why? Because generally what happens? We start cribbing, we start scolding our family members, our parents, maybe sometimes God also. Why have you landed me in such big trouble, right? It happens. Don't do that. Why? Because you have to be thankful. What is the difference between a diamond and a graphite? Anybody a chemistry student here? But I think all of us must have studied that in class 11 and 12. Both carbon, which is graphite, and diamond, both are carbon. They are allotropes of carbon, made up of same thing. But the only thing that converts a raw carbon into diamond is the amount of pressure and temperature it withstands. So today, if you are facing that pressure, if you are feeling that you are under a lot of pressure, a lot of problems are there, it means you are in the process of becoming a diamond. Be thankful for that. So the first lesson of the Indian Military Academy which I learned, and I want all of you to learn, that is, sky is not the limit. It is just the beginning. Who said it? If I am not wrong, Vikram Sarabhai said it. I'm not sure, but I think he said it. I did not say it. I am just repeating it. Don't post on the social media and write my name. It's not my quote. But yes, we need to learn from wherever possible. So if we are not dying because of study, because of the pressure from family, from society, and all those things, if we are not dying, it means we are in the process. And what if we die? It is the end. Everybody of us will someday or the other die. So that is not our baby. We will not think about that. That will happen when it has to. But our focus is, problems are not problems. Problems are situations which have to be dealt with. Suppose if I have to walk along the road and there is a huge stone which is lying on the road. Is it a problem? It is not. It is just a situation. You can either remove the stone from the road, or you can take a detour and travel to your destination. So don't forget this first lesson, that if you are undergoing problem, it is okay. There is no limit to what the human body and human mind can undergo. There is no limit to it. You are absolutely invincible. All of us. You have to believe that. So first lesson is clear to everybody. Second lesson which the Indian Military Academy taught me, and I'm sharing with all of you, it is called the Chetwood Credo. Chetwood Credo means, it is kind of, whenever we are confused in life, or once you enter the services, or you do a business, or whatever you want to do, once you reach there, how do you differentiate that what is to be done and what not to be done? What is the order of priority in which the actions are to be done? So Chetwood Credo says, the safety, honor and welfare of your country comes first, always and every time. So it is the nation which will always come first. The American president said, Ask not what the nation can do for you. Ask instead what you can do for your country. So similar feelings are represented by the first phrase of Chetwood Credo. Whatever happens, it is the nation which will always come first. Now, how do we relate it to our journey, right? That is something which will come once you start working. But don't you think that you are preparing for civil services for your own sake? You are not. The future of the country, the future of India, the future of Hyderabad, the future of Telangana depends upon what the youth of this country does. From now till 25 years, 50 years from now, what you do, all of you in early 20s, most of you, average lifespan is close to 70, minimum 50 years you have, unless you get into some altercation with somebody and something happens. But broadly, around 50 years, still you have to contribute to the country. So sometimes these students ask me, sir, we get demotivated. The point is, how can you get demotivated when you know that what you are doing is going to shape the country? So start thinking that way. You are preparing for civil services not for your own sake, but because you are in for a wonderful cause. You are here for something which is so beautiful, something which is so pious that you cannot fail in that. So coming back to the Chetwood Credo, it says that the safety, honor and welfare of your country comes first, always and every time. The second phrase says the safety, honor and welfare of the men you command comes next. So once you go to the services, there will be hierarchy, there will be people who will be working under you. So once you have ensured the task at hand, nation's welfare has been taken care of, then you have to ensure that the people working under you, they have to be taken care of. You cannot be arrogant. Success has to come with humility and not with arrogance. And the third and the most important thing, your own ease, your own comfort and your own welfare will always come last, always and every time. Now, maybe you start your study. You study for 2 hours, then you feel demotivated. You feel lethargic. But then remember the Chetwood Credo. You're not working for yourself. You're working for the country. And this lethargy, this indiscipline is thinking about your own comfort, which will always come at the last. So if you channelize your energy and start thinking on these lines, then automatically that motivation will never leave you. It is not just motivation, it is a part of the discipline. Motivation is just a very small component of success stories. Motivation will only help you start. What will help you continue is that fire within your belly, fire in your stomach, that you are in here because you want to make sure that the problems in our country, the problems in our state, the problems in our city are our responsibility. What will happen if we don't do it? That's a question. If we don't come up, people who are less deserving, people who do not have that fire in them to work for the country but for themselves, opposite of Chetwood Credo. They will think of themselves first, people later and country last. So we don't want those people to control the decision making. So that is the reason why you have to prepare for civil services or for whatever you want to prepare. But if you want to prepare, be the best in that. So these are the 2 lessons which I learned in the Indian Military Academy and I've shared them with you. Just remember these 2 lessons. We'll come to other lessons of life once I'm done with telling you how I landed up in civil services.